Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from eTimes TV.
I have totally tried to stay away from my family, and although I love them, but sometimes I realize that no matter how much you would love the other person, they will not love you the way you would want them to love. Imagine after a 2 or 3 year relationship, if someone gets up and says, "Oh, I was touched inappropriately by Vikas." Imagine how easy it is for people to just randomly pinpoint because he's a producer. I think there was only 2 women who I have been with who knew the truth. One was Pratyusha, and the second one I don't wish to speak about. Kritika and I have not spoken to each other for how long? 4 years? 3 years? How would you know me? You have to pick up the call and call me. Or message ka reply karo.
Vikas Gupta, I welcome you to eTimes for this interview. And I think I've already made an error in introducing you. I should have called you Vikas Controversy Gupta, because controversy seems to have become your name since quite some time now.
See, I'll tell you what. I just feel that every single time there is something that is spoken about me, related to me, with me, I feel there are reasons why people would want me or want to be associated in any way, negative, positive way with me. But I somehow have understood that at times you don't have to react to everything. One of the reasons why anything would become big is because I was an emotional person and I would immediately react to it. How dare you say something like this? And that would give a lot of mileage to people who are doing it and continues to do it. But I have kind of understood that, like you said, I don't really give so many interviews anymore. I really, really rarely would want to speak about something unless I have something to speak about. But nonetheless, I will tweet and there will be stories about it and there will be people writing about it. And it could be a very harmless perspective or an opinion about something which turns sometimes into news. And I feel that it used to be very heavy baggage earlier. Now I just don't really so much given importance to either social media or anything.
No, but let's get down straight to all the controversies one by one, and I would pick the first one as the relationship between you and your family, which primarily I'm talking about your mother and brother. Now, you initially said that they were not comfortable when you came out in the open about being bisexual. However, your mother pointed out very quickly that it was not the case. The reason was something else. Now,
see, I'll tell you something.
What exactly is the reason? What exactly is the reason?
So
what's the relationship today?
See, I'll tell you something. What my mother said, I don't think my mother said that exactly, because she does not speak English and she cannot really go with that long, answers to people who have gone ahead and published her interview. So obviously the quotes that have been given has not been my mother's quotes entirely. But nonetheless, keeping all of that aside, the reason why my mother and brother left the house and moved on should be asked to them, because I think what I got out of the whole thing was this. And for them to be saying that that's not the reason, I had read that interview somewhere where they said that that's not the reason, but we had left him long time back ago only. So if they had left me long time back ago only, then they should have given the reason why. And at this point of time, let me put it like this. So that's true that I have totally tried to stay away from my family. And although I love them, but sometimes I realize that no matter how much you would love the other person, they will not love you the way you would want them to love, or the way you love them. Everyone has their ways of, and I somehow feel that I was not being able to get anything that would help me sustain as a human being that I was. And for a long time, if you keep giving love and you don't get it back, खाली हो जाता है अंदर, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको बुरा लगता है, चीजें लगती है. लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि that I have cut away from my family completely, or like my mother was and my dad was staying with me in this place only for almost a month. Abhi, I think 2 weeks back. Why was my mother staying here? Because my mom was staying with my brother Siddharth. Siddharth had gone to Maldives, and he got stuck there because he had COVID, so he couldn't come back from the country for 14 days. He was there in a lockdown situation there. So my mother was staying with his flatmate who also had COVID. So my mom, I got her here to this house because you can't leave your mother outside to be with COVID people, because she's also diabetic and I was very worried about her. She came, so she was with me for some time. Once Siddharth was back, she left. So you do that for family and you do it for friends also. For me, my case is a little different. I just cannot let people suffer for a long time, or for if I know about it, and I will do whatever I have to do to help. That's it. So my relationship with any of my family members hasn't become how I would have wished it had to become, but I have definitely understood that for me to emotionally react to everything that happens is not a good thing, because not everyone is as emotionally involved, even if it's your family, in any kind of relationship as much you would be. So somewhere you have to be staying away to be able to do the right thing. Yeah.
So let me ask you straight, Vikas, when did they learn that you are bisexual?
When did they learn? I think that actually happened. So my brother had an idea about the same thing. My mother didn't have an idea. My mother and I have not ever spoken about this. It really happened around when Park had filed fake cases. You remember there was the time in 2015 or something where Park had gone ahead and done this whole cases that had happened, and that's where my mother had an idea that something is like that. And but eventually, for me to be wanting to coming out and go public with it, they weren't very happy with that idea of doing that, because you see, there's my sister married in Rajkot to a very orthodox family. They won't be very cool about it. Plus their relatives. So half the time people are not cool about it, because what will the other people, their relatives, the people who are important, will say about it? But when that decision of me saying that yes, this is what's going to be happening, that's, I think, that's affected a lot to all of them. And the reason why I had to openly say that my mother and brother do not want me around them is because they exactly did that. There was a birthday party that my brother threw, which had my friends being going there. Everyone was called. I wasn't called to the birthday party because they didn't want to associate with me on the party. I should be visible there. So I didn't go. So if there's any other reason for them to not invite me and not call me and making sure that others are being called, it could be anything. So the question I was asked was, why were you not there at the birthday party? Because I wasn't invited. They don't want me to be around because they feel ashamed of the person I am.
The natural question to ask you here is, what made you come out in the open despite knowing that your mother didn't want you to do that? Despite knowing that your sister might have problems at her in-laws' place?
See, I have lived my life in a pretty conservative way, in the sense that I've always been open in terms of anything in my life. Like I'm not a person who's never experimented in things. I have had adventures in my bedroom, out my bedroom. I've gone around the world, traveled. But what I have always realized is, and I have tried, is that I shouldn't be hurting anyone knowingly, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, however that. But what was happening was that because I wasn't ever giving the respect I should give to the relationships I was having, I was hiding them. I would not ever give them any name. They wouldn't respect me back either. So if a past decides to go all bonkers because of something, that's because we never went ahead and officially even broke it to our closest people. The thing that we were seeing each other was known to, I think, only some 7-8 people who we would hang out with, but others would only speculate about the whole thing. after this happened, I was even more concerned because I hadn't confirmed about it, but it really affected a lot of people in my family because everyone had something to gossip about, talk about. And then I decided I would not talk about it. But eventually, as I moved ahead and I had people coming into my life, out of my life, and I realized people started taking advantage of that. They started blackmailing. They will start kind of threatening the whole point of this. So, for example, if I am flirting with someone on Snapchat, they will record it and they would send it back to me saying, "See, if you don't do this, we'll do this." You know, the kind of any normal person wouldn't go through that, but I would go through this and much worse. And then there were people like Priyank and others who who thought that I'm very vulnerable and this is my weak point, and if kind of I'm attacked on this point, people will win over me. And if you see right now, any random person can get up and say any rubbish, and they actually get away with it. This was something that people were using who would be either competitive, jealous, or would want something out of me. And I cannot let this become my weakness. And that's where I started becoming a little opening up. I hadn't publicly come out that time, but a year before that, I had started publicly. So what? You want to talk about it? Tell people about it? So tell about it. So there was a time when I was so scared of being with people because I would tell them, listen, I don't trust people because people will go out and do any rubbish. So please, I want proof the fact that I am not doing anything to you. Imagine after a 2 or 3 year relationship, if someone gets up and says, "Oh, I was touched inappropriately by Vikas." Imagine how easy it is for people to just randomly pinpoint because he's a producer. Ah, he must be bad. So that's what it is. So I think I just didn't want this to become my weakness and let people.
Did you also do it because maybe you didn't tell some of your partners that you are bisexual initially, and they learned about it at a later stage, and then they felt not comfortable being in that relationship, and you were losing certain amount of people?
No, I'm not. So if I have been in a relationship with a guy, he would always know that I'm bisexual.
And with a girl?
Because with a girl, yes, that's the thing where I was. I think there was only 2 women who I have been with who knew the truth. One was Pratyusha, and the second one I don't wish to speak about. And both of them knew. Apart from that, all the other women that I have been with were not really aware. They would have heard speculations, but I've always put them down because I wasn't really sure if I wanted to come out.
So you were with Pratyusha before Rahul Raj Singh came into her life?
Much before Rahul Raj Singh.
And she knew that you are a bisexual?
She got to know after some time. But then she was friendly with. So, the thing is, when we started dating each other, it was a very short span of time that we were together. But I had liked her for much more time than that. And, I remember the first time I saw her was at a party, I think, and there I had told Pooja was, this girl's very cute, yeah, introduce karana. And that's where she had come with her, I think, boyfriend. And Max ke saath aayi thi shayad. And Max is a very, very nice guy. It's after 2-3 years when they broke up or something, and I think we randomly met at Juhu somewhere. And from there we hit it off and we were together for some time. But then she broke up with me. And I think the breaking up reason would be the fact that some people spoke bad about me or whatever, how it was.
So Pratyusha didn't know that you are a bisexual when she was with you?
While we were in the relationship, yeah, she did not know. At that point in time, I was a bisexual.
She came to know and she didn't like that fact, and then she broke up.
No, I don't think. No, that was not the reason for her breaking up. The reason for her breaking up was something else, and I don't think I want to discuss that reason because I don't think it's good for her. She's not here anymore, and
Did you keep in touch with her? Did you keep in touch with her?
So I'll tell you what.
Breakup.
When she broke up, when she broke up with me, I was very angry. I remember once her car was going and I was sitting with Ayaz Ahmed and I saw her car and I had gone and turned my seat feature earlier. I don't want to see her. And I remember then she called me and said, "How could you do that to me?" I said, "Listen, you broke up with me and there were reasons for it." And so then we sorted it out. And after that, I think we caught up once or twice. But then there was a big, long break of not talking also. And I remember I was doing this pilot for Ant TV. I was heading Ant. and I called her up and said, "Would you do would you do a pilot for our channel?" And she said yes. And you know what? She was going through so much financial crunches at that point because this was in February, I think, and she refused to take any money. She said, "Vikas, it's the show. And I'm the channel head. It's not my production. You can charge the money that you." No, I will not charge anything. And she shot for a pilot for us, February. And I remember in March, last week of March, I remember telling the business head, there's one television star who's been such a big famous star, but she's somewhere else lost. I really want to relaunch her back because I think there's a lot of potential. So when I told him, Pratyusha, he was also very excited because he was earlier working with Colors. And the next week, only on 1st of April, I remember when we got to know that Pratyusha is no more. So I think, yeah.
Had you met Rahul Raj Singh?
After that?
Before she passed away?
Rahul Raj Singh, I saw him eating chips when I reached the hospital. He was outside eating chips. That's the visual I remember. And I went inside, and the only person I saw was Makran, who was seeing Pratyusha for a very long time. I think one of the best relationships she's had was with Makran. And both of us were looking at each other, and then we finally saw her, and she was lying there. And at that point of time, I think there was some 40 minutes I sat there while he was calling people up. And I was looking at her, and it made me realize that she was the biggest face television has had for some 3-4 years. And right now, she was lying there. There are not people enough here to look what has really happened. And it does really, that jolt hit me a little bit. I realized.
But you saw Rahul for the first time at the hospital.
No, I had seen him earlier. I don't even remember where or with whom I had seen him. But I remember it was, I think Pratyusha had called me for her birthday also once. And I did make it a point to go to her birthday, I remember. But I went there for only 5 minutes. I went, I said hi and gave her a bouquet, and then I came back. Because I wasn't really friendly with everyone there. I wasn't really part of that group.
I'm moving on to some of your other relationships which have, also those people have been talking about. And one of them which I was also a little surprised when I heard Kritika Kamra say in one of her recent interviews that Vikas is not the same person I knew, and I have lost a friend.
Okay, so if Kritika Kamra has said that, you see, Kritika Kamra has said that because she does not know me. Absolutely correct. Kritika and I have not spoken to each other for how long? 4 years? 3 years? How would you know me? You have to pick up the call and call me. Or message ka reply karo. If you will do that, then we will know where we are in our lives, and you will be able to understand, or I'll be able to understand. Yes, she has lost a friend. I'm completely agreeing to that point because I am not in her life, so she's lost a friend. And I have also lost a friend because she isn't in mine. But the thing is, our careers take us to very different zones. It's a very zone thing because, I get busy with the things I'm doing. But sometimes we try to keep in touch with each other. But what people don't understand is when there are people of friendly group, when there's a Karan and a Kritika and they're seeing each other, and when they will part ways, everyone will be divided into teams. Who will be with whom? Although I wasn't with Karan in this at all, whatever's happened. But because I was working with Karan regularly, so whose team will you be on? So that's why it's always that distance. While they might be still friendly with each other, I don't have a reason to continue not getting response for someone who's not interested. So I will be not interested either.
From what I make out, Vikas, here is very clear that Kritika didn't find it very nice to see that you are more inclined on Karan's side.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Kritika is like that. But because Kritika has made a comment which was, I don't know where a question about me comes in her life, because I think the kind of a person I've been friendly with almost everyone around that time, and I really care about people generally as a friend, because I don't have a best friend, so I'll give 100% there and normal friend of 50% there. But I just feel that the question was unnecessary. they should have asked her about people who were in her life in the last 5 years. She and I have not even spoken, and for her to so heavily come out and I did not know him, what he was, what he's now changed. I actually felt a little awkward because yes, you will not know me because you haven't spoken to me or tried to know me, or if there have been issues in my life, a friend will pick up the phone and say, "What is going on?" You have done neither. So yes.
Before I move on to the next person, since we spoke about Karan, I just want to know that when he broke up with Anusha recently, did you try to patch them up?
So I think I used to do that much before that. Whenever there were problems or issues, I was the one person who would tell Karan, "You will not get a better girl. She is the most sorted person that I know of." And I actually have been extremely close to 3 girls he was dating or he has dated. And one of them remains to be my lifeline, one of the closest people that I have in my life. And that's her first girl, Kanchal. And after she got married, she was married to such a beautiful ceremony in Sri Lanka. And Kritika was the other person. And I actually like Anusha very, very much. Anusha, she gets very angry. But I like her very, very much. She's actually one of the nicest people that I have met. And but unfortunately, somehow they felt that it's probably I who broke their breakup news and stuff like that. And that was I feel that it's very wrong of you to think that I might have spoken to anyone else, because I don't. This is not the person I am. So I'm an extremely private person when it comes down to my friends, and I'm very, very protective of them, as a matter of fact, opposite to whatever might be coming up. So for me, I was really hurt, and that's the reason why I actually didn't get involved into what was happening in their life after that.
So today, are you in touch with both of them, or at least one of them?
See, I'm not. No, I'm in touch with Karan. I'm not in touch with Anusha, because I feel there were other things that happened after that, which has nothing to do with Karan somehow, and I think that must have just gone over.
Is your equation with Karan as warm as before?
My equation with Karan had gone down long time back before that. Before they broke up also. See, I and Karan had stopped meeting each other for months, yeah. So we would call once in a while when someone wants to say something to each other or whatever. See, I think we've outgrown each other as friends or as people, because I'm in a space of life where I'm somewhere else and he's in a space of life where he's somewhere else. And when you need each other and people are not there for each other, you kind of understand that it eventually is your journey alone. So it happens. But if today I have to call someone for anything that I need, I will still call Karan, because Karan is probably one of the only few people in my life who I have been close to and who's been my brother and has not hurt me.
I'm moving on to Divya Agarwal and Varun Sood. Divya Agarwal.
I would not comment on that at all. No, I would not comment on that at all. There are reasons for it, but I would not want to. I don't want to bring out any negativity because there are people in that family I love it. We will not talk about it.
Okay. Let's move on to Priyank Sharma. You all had a solid fight at Marriott also. Now you're not doing. Now you're not doing punch beat. I just want to come to this main show, which you did so well in the first part, and it reminded you of those Enid Blyton books, St. Mallory Towers, St. Clair's, and now you are not doing the second part, but Priyank is doing it.
Yeah.
Have you refused the show, and why?
Yeah.
Or is it that you were not able to do it?
So Punch Beat was one of the biggest successes that we saw, and I'm very, very glad. And it actually boils down to the complete team together. When we work hard, it's very cool. But my entire journey of making the series was extremely difficult. And I think that I have been very vocal about it as well. You see, there were times where actor would not come on the shoot. उनका पाँव का surgery हो रहा था, उनकी हड्डी बड़ी हुई. That huddy had been grown for the last 9 years. So we were given letters and we were told कि उसका पाँव काटना पड़ जाएगा अगर operation नहीं हुआ, operate नहीं हुआ. In the middle of the shoot, he would be vanishing, and then I will get to know he is doing an event. Then the next time he said, I can't walk, I need a wheelchair, and then he's dancing Princess Wedding. So you see the kind of torture a producer went through on that show, and then it's been 2 years since then. Abhi tak operation hua nahi hai song ka. It hasn't happened. I lost a lot of money, a lot of my mind space, and a lot of other things as well. But I genuinely understood that sometimes in life you have to give up things you like to be able to be in an environment which you love. So I have decided not to be around people who give me any of this kind of stress or things because it really affects my work. And I really don't think we need so-called super popular people to make good shows or hit shows. When the show was being made, at that point of time, we had taken all the people who were freshers because young shows need new talent, and I really, really like that. And we did do Machli Magarmach Kha Leti Hai, that was class of 2020, which is made at 1/10 the cost of Punchbeat. It's so bloody well that I'm making the second season and the third season again now. So that's what the two shows that I'm doing right now for NXT. And there's a third show that I'm a showrunner on, which is also for all. So I'm back to back right now. During this whole time is work, writing, back to that.
This question needs to be asked to Parth also, but would you work with him again if given a chance?
With who?
Parth.
Parth Samthan, I could work with him again, yes. Because he at least will not be back to his work. But I would choose to avoid work. Like if I have to work with someone and there's no other choice I have, I will work with Parth. But if I have to work with someone like a Priyank, I won't work only. I don't want to. Like, what will happen is my work will suffer. So there is no use doing that work, which is you're 100% going to know it's going to be suffering. So that's what it is.
How is your relationship with your dad? Because as far as one knows, you had a strained relationship with him, when you were growing.
See, as we were growing up, our mother has, moms have this thing about the kids, and I was very close to my mother. And as we have moved on, my mother had a certain perspective to her relationship with dad and everything, and I kind of went ahead with that. But it is only after my relationship kind of got strained with mom and my brother, is that after that I kind of figured out my dad and I met him. He actually was staying with me for almost a year here during the whole lockdown because I didn't want my father to be alone during lockdown. It was a very dangerous time for everyone and he was staying alone in Delhi. So I got him back here. I looked after him. So now he's moved out again. But I feel that whatever memories I couldn't make all my life, 30 years, I ended up making them here during this lockdown. I really spent so much time with my father, whether it was walks or whether it was having dinner, or whether listening to his kitch and to the stuff that he does. It was beautiful. I think I am not going to complain at all because I got to know a side of a man which I'm very happy that I got.
Are you hinting, Vikas, that your mom and dad are not on the same page since a long time?
I'm not hinting. I told that 4 years back on national television also. They are not on the same page. But I did try to get them on the same page. That's where my mother was staying here, my father was staying here. I have some beautiful videos of them together and I was telling them, I had only dreamt कि भाई मैं खेल रहा हूँ गार्डन में कुछ कर रहा हूँ आप दोनों वहाँ बैठ के चीजें हो रही and that exactly happened. So we recorded that whole moment and I said, let me record it.
No, I asked you that question. I know you had said on national television, but I'm just asking you the question with reference to current times. What's the status today? After you lived with them for some time.
Current times is now, I think they're talking to each other now. They are talking to each other now, and I think they've also understood that companionship is very, very important because the kids have their own life and everything, and it's only husband-wife somehow. But again, they will have some argument. They will be on separate page. But again, now, but the good part is that they're coming together also. They go out for lunches, dinners whenever they can, and then they're again. So yeah, it's their life. They have to. We can only try, attempt. Otherwise, it's all. We're talking like the parents.
Did you have a tough time when they were on divergent paths?
No, no, I don't think so. I believe from the time we have been growing up, no, I have seen this is what my family life has been. And we were put into a boarding school. After boarding school, I remember I wanted to go to, I had dream of going to Oxford studying literature. And I really wanted to study in my life, I remember. But I just wasn't able to go to college. And then at 17, I left home and I was on my own. It wasn't my family's thing that they would help me or they would want me to get into Bombay or do anything for that matter. So I kind of made things on my own, and for the next 5 years, I was very cut away from everyone. It's only once after I started making money and started being successful is when I decided to start helping. I think the only person who I really, really cared about two people were my brothers, Siddharth and my sister Komal. So her wedding and all, I was very involved in, and my parents were for the first time, I think, very, very happy because I took care of everything on the wedding, financially or otherwise as well. And that was like a good one. And after that, I sent my brother to Dubai to study, which is where I always thank ICTA. I had to take loan. At that point, so my salary was very little. So we had taken loan in lakhs, and I had to sign this 2 years contract with Balaji that I will work till the time I can and will send the money back. So I think somewhere my equation with my family changed after I started doing things for them. And I think they also reciprocated with whatever love or whatever respect they could have given.
You were like a top-notch creative guy, and of course you still are making shows, making a lot of content, and you also had told once that you have plans to direct a film.
Yes.
Alongside, you have loved and lost, even friends. Can you sum it up, this whole thing?
See, I realized something some time back, and there's a learning that I had. One was very important. See, when you are growing up and you've been taught to become this ideal person, the best son, best brother, best friend, best husband, whatever, that's wrong. You cannot be perfect. Perfection is not to be there. And, God is perfect. Like, my biggest problem was I would help people without them asking first. You never do that. No one taught me these lessons in life. It was really wrong. And also that I had a lot of expectations from everyone in my life. I always expected. But what I've understood is that it's like we are on this earth, like we go to do Europe tour. अकेले जाते हैं ना, टूर पे जाते हैं और हमें टूर पूरा करने, जर्नी कंप्लीट करनी होती है. लास्ट में लोग मिलते हैं, कुछ एक स्टेशन से दूसरे स्टेशन तक जाते हैं. कुछ लोग डिसाइड करते हैं हम वहीं लगभग में जाएंगे 1 महीने के लिए because we're in love with each other, but eventually we'll have to go. We all have come to our own vacations on this journey here. It's sometimes that we start the journey with these people who continue to be with us till the time they leave the journey, but it is your journey. It's only yours. People will come, go. People were there with you, will be there, might not be there. But the journey is only yours. And please understand, it means your mom, dad, brothers, everyone, they all have their own journey. You have your own. You have to respect your journey. You cannot stop traveling and finishing it just because someone else is not. Because that's the thing what emotional people like us do. They will stop their own. They would want to push the other person all the time. अपनी जिंदगी को अगर तुम अहमियत नहीं दोगे तो भगवान तुम्हें अहमियत नहीं देगा. उन्होंने तुम्हें भी तो जिंदगी दी है. तुम दूसरों की जिंदगियों के लिए पीछे पड़े हुए हो. तुम्हें अपनी जरूरत नहीं है. तुम्हारी कदर कौन करेगा? कोई नहीं करेगा. And no one taught me that. And I think that's what I've understood. That I am very, very thankful to people like Kritika, Karan, or anyone who came into my life, Siddharth, because all of them, for whatever period of time, they were part of my journey. They might be again, they might not be. They made it. Those moments were happy moments, and you cannot let go of those. Those are the moments I'm very, very proud and happy about. And I now look for those moments in life because not everything will be perfect, hunky dory, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you for this conversation. Though I must say that I wanted to know the second girl also, and even the viewers would have wanted to know the second girl that you were dating, but you're not taking her name. And probably
married. She's married. She's happily married.
She's married, and maybe she's from the industry.
Yeah.
So thank you once again, Vikas, from the entire team of
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for having me over.